It all started with a loud thud. Emily's backpack flew across the hallway floor, scattering her books, pens, and neatly folded math assignment across the polished tiles. Her heart raced, not from fear, but from the humiliation that came crashing over her like a tidal wave. The laughter came next. Harsh. Cruel. Loud enough to silence the small crowd of students who had stopped to watch the morning's entertainment. Emily froze. She clenched her fists but didn't cry. Not anymore. She had learned long ago that tears only added fuel to the fire. Oops. Didn't see your backpack, nerd, Jake snickered, nudging his friend Caleb with his elbow. Caleb chuckled while kicking one of Emily's notebooks down the hall. Emily's breath caught in her throat. This was the third time this week. 3 times they had harassed her, knocked over her books, whispered insults as she passed by, or slammed into her shoulder when she walked to class. She wasn't always the shy, quiet girl everyone ignored. But after her father passed away the previous year, Emily had moved to this new school in the middle of the semester. No friends. No familiar faces. Just pain. And silence. The bullying started slowly. A few comments here and there. Then pushing. Then full-on cruelty. And for a while, she endured it. Every day she would come home, lock her door, and cry silently into her pillow so her mom wouldn't hear. But that day, something snapped. Emily walked slowly toward her things, ignoring the stares, the whispers, and Jake's mocking voice. She bent to pick up her notebook. Jake's foot slammed down on it. "Where do you think you're going, loser?" he sneered. She stood up, straight, tall, unblinking. And then she smiled. It wasn't just confidence, it was control. Calm. Quiet. Dangerous. Jake flinched slightly, not expecting a reaction like that. Emily's voice, steady and even, cut through the hallway. "Move your foot." He laughed again, louder, trying to cover up his uncertainty. "Or what?" Emily didn't answer. In one fluid motion, years of martial arts training she had once buried deep inside came rushing back. Her father, a former self-defense instructor, had trained her ever since she was 6. For years, she had practiced discipline, restraint, and precision. And for years, she never had to use it. Until now. She grabbed Jake's wrist as he lunged at her, twisted it just enough to make him yelp in shock, and then spun on her heel, planting a controlled side kick into his chest. Jake flew backward and crashed into a locker with a clang that echoed through the corridor. The hallway was dead silent. Caleb stood frozen, eyes wide, his smirk long gone. Emily didn't move toward him. She didn't have to. He backed away slowly, hands up. "Hey, we were just playing, just messing around." She picked up her notebook, calmly slid it into her backpack, and slung it over her shoulder. Then she looked him dead in the eyes and said, "You mess with people who stay quiet because you think they're weak. But silence doesn't mean surrender. Remember that." The school counselor arrived moments later, alerted by one of the teachers who'd witnessed the scene. Emily was sent to the office, but so were Jake and Caleb. Except this time, for the first time, students spoke up in her defense. One girl even stood up and said, she didn't start it. She ended it. In the following weeks, everything changed. Jake and Caleb were suspended. An investigation confirmed repeated bullying incidents, thanks to new witnesses who finally had the courage to speak up. Emily was no longer invisible. She was respected. Not because she fought, but because she stood up. And after that day, other students who had been bullied began to open up, speak out, and seek help. Emily became a symbol of quiet strength. She started a self-defense awareness group, where she taught students not just how to protect themselves physically, but how to find their voice, how to ask for help, and how to never let fear define them. She once believed silence was her only shield. But in learning to fight back, not with violence, but with courage, she found something far more powerful than fear. She found herself.